Muli, humaharap sa bagong yugto ang Layag Weekly Waves. Sa ikatlong yugto, ating lalakasan pa ang hatid na kaalaman at inspirasyon. Samahan ninyo kami sa mas matatag na paglalayag kung saan bawat kwento ng tagumpay at pagbabago ay magsisilbing gabay tungo sa kolektibong pag-unlad. Abangan ang mas pinalakas na talakayan at mas malawak na paglayag.
Magandang araw mga kalayag! Isang masigabong pagtanggap sa ikatlong yugto ng inyong lingguhang kaagapay sa balita at inspirasyon, ang Layag Weekly Waves. Ipinapakita ng DILG Local Governance Regional Resource Center 9 ang programang ito ay hindi lamang recap, kundi isang mas malalim na paglalayag kasama ninyo. Dito, bawat balita ay alon na nagtutulak sa atin tungo sa mas maunlad at matatag na pamayanan. Ako po ang inyong lingkod, 𝗟𝘆𝗴 ng LGMED. At ngayong bagong yugto, mas mainit, mas direktang hatid ang mga kwentong nagpapaagos sa rehiyon. Tara't simulan na natin ang paglalayag.
To bolster timely support for LGU officials, DILG IX successfully retooled provincial FDA focal persons and SILU MLGOs via a Zoom reorientation on the upgraded online system in its critical new 7-day prior application period. The DILG Region 9 QMS Secretariat held a preparatory meeting on January 20, 2026, aligning processes with ISO 9001:2015 and coordinating audit readiness for the upcoming National QMS Assessment. DILG 9 Dynamic Reorientation and Confidential Fund Procedures successfully equipped regional personnel with enhanced skills and clarified processes, ensuring greater transparency and accountability in ACF utilization. On January 21, 2026, DILG 9 revitalized its capacity development framework by successfully retooling provincial and regional focal persons on QP23 through hybrid sessions. At the DILG's nationwide New Year's call, 𝗟𝘆𝗪 with DILG 9 support outlined a unified reform agenda highlighting rising public trust, zero backlogs in key agencies, and a commitment to institutionalize anti-corruption measures for stronger local governance. The office-level opening meeting between the DILG 9 and QMS Assessment Team A was held on January 22, 2026, formally commencing the FY 2026 QMS assessment for the region. For the 30th #Autism Consciousness Week, DILG 9 champions the call to advance an #Autism OK Philippines, guided by the theme, Mula Kamalayan Tungo sa Gawa, urging our LGUs to translate compassion into concrete support. On January 23, 2026, DILG 9 leadership, led by ARD Engineer 𝗪𝗏𝗪𝗃𝗏𝗪, strengthened its collaborative governance pledge with Zamboanga Norte Governor Daryl Dexter D.Uy through a courtesy call focused on enhancing institutional cooperation and people-centered development programs.
Yan ang mga alon ng pagbabago na humuhubog sa ating rehiyon. Ngayon naman, lumingon tayo sa tunay na kwentong nagmumula sa puso ng ating komunidad. Samahan natin ang ating mga field anchors para sa segment na News from the Field.
Buenos dias, 𝗟𝘅𝗪𝗏. This is 𝗟𝗪𝗏𝗪𝗃𝗏𝗏, greeting you 𝗥𝗚𝗃 Isabela live from the vibrant city of Isabela. Join me as I share with you the DILG Isabela City activities lined up for this week. Let's take a look at how we continue to build a better, stronger, and more empowered community together. On January 13 and 14, 2026, the CIVAT team, comprising representatives from the BFP, PNP, DILG, and CSO, conducted a comprehensive kalinisan program assessment in multiple selected barangays. On the same date, 𝗟𝗔𝗬𝗪𝗃𝗲𝗪𝗃𝗲𝗏 together with Admin Aid for 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪 𝗪𝗃𝗲𝗏 attended the 𝗡PH Green Economy Partnership Circular Economy Coaching Session held at Sakayan Hall near the City Administrator's Office. On January 21 to 22, 2026, 𝗟𝗔𝗬𝗪𝗃𝗲𝗪𝗃𝗲𝗏 and Admin Aid for 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪 𝗪𝗃𝗲𝗏 attended and participated the 𝗡PH Green Economy Local Inception Workshop held at Jovet's Hall, Isabela City.
Hi! Mabuhay mga kalayag! Ito po si 𝗟𝗔𝗗𝗏𝗪𝗪𝗪 𝗪𝗃𝗲𝗏, ang inyong gabay para sa linggong ito. Ito ang DILG Layag Weekly Waves. Tara at sabay-sabay nating pakinggan ang mga nakabagong kwento, balita at mga nakabuluhang pangyayari nagmula dito sa lalawigan ng Zamboanga Sibugay.
On January 14, 2026, DILG Diplahan conducted an on-site evaluation of barangay compliance on the Kalinisin program, barangay road clearing operations, and HAPAG to ensure adherence to national policies and standards on cleanliness, safety, and community welfare. DILG Zamboanga Sibugay Provincial Office presented its 2025 Accomplishment Report highlighting strengthened local governance, responsive public service, and sustained support to local government units toward accountable, inclusive, and resilient communities. On January 21, 2026, the DILG Zamboanga Sibugay Provincial Office paid courtesy visit to the Office of the Provincial Governor to strengthen partnership and reaffirm mutual support in advancing effective, responsive, and accountable local governance in the province. On January 22, 2026, DILG Diplahan conducted the validation of barangay compliance with the full disclosure policy and establishment of transparency boards to promote transparency, accountability, and good governance through public access to barangay financial and procurement information. On January 17, 2026, DILG Lohtanggah participated in the first quarter meeting of the Sangguniang Kabataan Federation of Lohtanggah at ABC Hall Solar, focusing on strengthening youth governance through guidance on conduct of the Katipunan ng Kabataan Assembly and reinforcing compliance with full disclosure policy requirements to promote transparency and accountability among ISK officials. On January 17, 2026, DILG Lohtanggah took part of the first quarter joint IMPOC, MADAC, and MTF LCAC meeting at the Municipal Atrium, where council members presented accomplishment reports, discussed peace and order and anti-drug and anti-insurgency concerns, and identified action points to strengthen interagency coordination. On January 20, 2026, DILG Lohtanggah attended the first quarter joint meeting of the 𝗟𝗆𝗄𝗆, 𝗟𝗏𝗆𝗄𝗆, and CFLGA at the Municipal Hall, which focused on preparations of the upcoming assessments, guidance on compliance requirements, and discussions on key child protection and welfare issues in the municipality. On January 7, the cluster met for the SPMS calibration, which target deliverables were thoroughly discussed, minor issues and concerns of some LGUs were brought up, and aptly traced out.
At dyan, nagtatapos ang mga balita mula dito sa Zamboanga Sibugay. Salamat sa pagsama sa aming paglalayag. Hanggang sa muli, 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏
Hi, welcome back to another episode of the 𝗪𝗆 Field. I'm LGO6 May Antipuden, and here are the latest updates and highlights from DILG Zamboanga Sulur, bringing you the stories straight from the field.
The DILG Zamboanga Sulur Provincial Office attended the calendar year 2026 first quarter meeting, Provincial Peace in Order Council or 𝗵𝗡𝗄, Provincial Anti-Drug Abuse Council or 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, and Provincial Disaster Risk Reduction Management Council or PDRMC, spearheaded by 𝗚𝗓𝗄 Provincial Director Dave M. Battle at Pavilion Hall, 𝗥𝗏𝗄, 𝗥𝗚𝗄 𝗪𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 City, Zamboanga Sulur on January 20, 2026. On January 22, 2026, the DILG Zamboanga Sulur Provincial Office held its first mobile maiden provincial conference interfacing with LGU at 𝗪𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, Zamboanga Sulur. On January 21, 2026, the LGU of 𝗪𝗏𝗪𝗃 conducted the 𝗵𝗱's formulation for calendar year 2026 to 2028, cum distribution of 3-in-1 printers to 25 paddocks.
This has been your DILG Zamboanga Sibugay weekly update. Thank you for staying with us as we continue to bring you the latest from our field activity. Don't forget to like, share, and follow for more updates. #𝗕𝗵𝗄𝗪𝗲𝗏.
Welcome to Layag Weekly Waves, your weekly update on programs, partnerships, and progress from the DILG Zamboanga City Field Office. My name is Alvin Dex M. Lucero, the officer in charge of DILG Zamboanga City. Featuring this week's highlight barangay, Barangay Mercedes. Let's sail through the latest news from the field.
The Zamboanga City 𝗥𝗍 Federation President and 𝗥𝗍 National President, Councilor 𝗟𝗔𝗬𝗏𝗪, together with the key personnel of the 𝗥𝗍 Federation, paid a courtesy visit to the DILG Zamboanga City Field Office. The meeting further strengthened the partnership between DILG Zamboanga City and the 𝗥𝗍 Federation, with discussion focusing on collaborative capacity building initiatives in youth leadership, good governance, participatory planning, and inclusive youth development to empower young leaders and promote responsive local governance. The Barangay Secretaries League of Zamboanga City paid a courtesy call to the DILG Zamboanga City Field Office's 𝗥𝗟ci City Director 𝗟𝗆𝗆 𝗪𝗏𝗪 to strengthen coordination and partnership in advancing effective barangay administration. The meeting discussed capacity building, records management, and the vital role of barangay secretaries in transparent local governance, reaffirming support for quality public service delivery. The DILG Zamboanga City Field Office 𝗥𝗟ci City Director Mr. 𝗟𝗆𝗆𝗪𝗆𝗆𝗏 dulivered his message during the Information Education and Consultation on Administrative Order No. 01 Series of 2021 or the amended revised national guidelines on the IP mandatory representation in local legislative councils and policy-making bodies, held at Barangay Mercedes and Barangay 𝗪𝗃𝗍 Zamboanga City. The Department of the Interior and Local Government, DILG, Zamboanga City, headed by 𝗥𝗟ci City Director 𝗟𝗆𝗆𝗪𝗆𝗆𝗏, served as the Secretariat during the City Peace and Order Council Executive Meeting. The discussion focused on the proposed additional police station, banning the refueling operation in Rio Hondo and 𝗪𝗃𝗍, and the implementation of policy requiring all boats entering Zamboanga City must secure a clearance from port of origin effective Monday. The DILG Zamboanga City Field Office, headed by Mr. 𝗟𝗆𝗆𝗪𝗆𝗆𝗏, conducted barangay visits to Barangay Mercedes, Barangay Talibon, Barangay 𝗪𝗃𝗍, Barangay Rio Hondo, Barangay Baliwasan, and Barangay San Jose 𝗥𝗏𝗏𝗏. The visit served as a courtesy call to the barangay captains, during which barangay compliance with DILG programs and report submissions were discussed. Mr. 𝗟𝗆𝗆𝗪𝗆𝗆𝗏, 𝗥𝗟ci City Director of DILG Zamboanga City, presented the 𝗙PMC Handbook Overview during the Local Project Monitoring Committee orientation on January 23, 2026, at City Hall Conference Room.
That's all for this week's episode of Layag Weekly Waves. Join us next week as we continue to ride the waves of service and information. Until then, keep sailing forward. #Vamos na DILG Zamboanga Field Office.
Salamat sa ating mga field anchors. Yan ang patunay na ang pag-unlad ay kumakaway mula sa bawat sulok ng Rehiyon 9. At yan ang mga nangingibabaw na alon ng balita at kwento ngayong linggo. Nais naming pukawin hindi lamang ang ating atensyon, kundi ang inyong pakikilahok. Manatiling nakatutok, makialam, at makilayag. Ako po muli si 𝗓𝗏𝗪𝗏𝗏𝗏, nagpapaalala na sa bawat alon ng hamon may oportunidad para sa pagtutulungan at pag-usad, padayon sa paglayag tungo sa matatag na bukas. Ito ang Layag Weekly Waves ng DILG LGRRC 9, ang inyong kaagapay sa kaalaman, inspirasyon at pagbabago. Padayon sa paglayag, Rehiyon 9.
Okay na.